might have to call Zuckerberg, man. I have some ideas for AI that I don't think he can ignore, but I'm too busy with Godel. I have these crazy things I'm unleashing for Godel. You guys want to see a sneak preview? You want to see a sneak preview? I don't think I'm allowed to show the sneak preview. They're telling me I can't show it. They're telling me I can't show it. So I built this system by myself over the weekend. Did I show this already? I don't think I've shown this, right? Well, the system works now, which is huge. Okay, so basically, I wrote this impossibly large program. So the dark blue line is NVIDIA, okay? And so let me see if I could do it like this. This image viewer is not so great. Hold on. Oh, this is Discord. That's why. All right, so let's just, there we go. All right. The dark blue line is NVIDIA, okay? And NVIDIA, this is like March 18th, 2020 for NVIDIA, okay? At 2:02 p.m. So you guys are asking lots of questions while I'm trying to show you something. It's March 18th, 2020, 2:02 p.m. And you're looking at the last 30 minutes of NVIDIA. Do you see these little lines around the NVIDIA line? These little lines around the NVIDIA, the cam is intentionally in the way. I did it to lock it in a certain place. So the little lines around NVIDIA are something where I actually don't want to talk about how I did it, I guess, but I searched through the entire history of the entire stock market. And these are the closest fits to that exact chart pattern. And you can see they match the shape pretty well. So in the history of all of investing, Halliburton 2000 had the exact same 30 minutes. HXL, I don't even know what these stocks are, by the way. I know ADI is Analog Devices. And these are the exact same, almost the exact same chart pattern. So for any stock, using my new system, you can type in the chart and the ticker, and you get the closest matching stock chart. Okay? So it's you know, I'm not going to go into the technical explanations of it. You guys, if you're interested at all, you can do that yourself. But the basics are that it's the closest possible matching. It's over any amount of time you want, Islanders. So you could do this over 1 second, 5 minutes, 5 years, whatever you want. You want to say, show me all the stocks that are the same price, the same shape of price. And you could do this with volume. You could do this with candles. There's any self-similarity or similarity. Okay, so why do this? One question is, would it predict anything at all? And that's kind of the bigger question. And that's why I moved my camera. So the orange line is what actually happened to NVIDIA. So this is like the way to actually do technical analysis, quote unquote, is called statistical arbitrage. So this helps you dispense with technical analysis. This helps you prove that TA is bullshit. Because why? Well, look what actually happened for the next 40 minutes. These stocks had perfect correlation, right? Up until this time point, which I chose arbitrarily. Then right after that time point, even within 10 minutes, they were all divergent. They're all different. 10 minutes, and by 20 minutes, they were even further apart. I know, Epic, you're actually watching history being made, and you realize it, but a lot of other people don't. So what's the predictive value? Well, you could see that statistically. You could say, show me within Euclidean distance of X, what is the average expected return? And it should be 0, right? So when you look at a stock that is quote unquote breaking out, you match that pattern with history and say, well, history says there's actually no return here. And I think that's going to be something that's really helpful. The searching throughout the market's history is very technically difficult. It requires terabytes of RAM. But this will show you live, imagine this same chart, but live as the chart is being drawn, it shows you the future possibilities based on the past. I wouldn't call it fractal. And you basically can see like, okay, in 1983, IBM did the same thing. In 1995, Microsoft did the same thing. In 2003, Exxon did that. And, that's the kind of system. I think TA stopped working in the late 80s, maybe early 90s. So we'll be putting this on godel. It basically requires a supercomputer or data center to run. But I think that, using this kind of system can really be powerful because one, it can dispel some myths in your head. But two, if there is real signal, you can at least see it. Whereas instead of guessing about is there signal, you can see it. And you can just add this to the normal chart library, right? So you can just add it to the chart library. And in fact, like pretty simple. So imagine you have this. This is what I was thinking for the interface. Okay, so instead of, this is obviously pretty basic, but just getting it to spit this out took me about 2 weeks. So you could have this be like, I don't know, this, you click this and maybe another box pops out where it says something like n equals 100, mean return 0.01 or whatever, and standard deviation 0.05. So you can see there's no signal there for the top 1,000 matches. And maybe you do the top 1,000 matches, same thing, etc. And what's cool is this is real time. So as the next candle draws, all of these will change. This might go up, this might go down, this might go up. These will all change. This will become some other stock that matches it better, etc. And you could adjust your window size. If you want 30 candles, that's fine. If you want 40 candles, etc. And, I think that what's important to have in life is data. If you are guessing and are hoping to pattern match from your history and your mental history, yeah, you could do any time interval you want. 1 second. It wouldn't make much sense, but you could do that. There should be no predictive power, theoretically, but there's also there's some mystery to it too. I don't know that there's going to be no predictive power ever, and we're going to keep making tools that'll help you do that. So one really good example is, this is one tool I'm working on right now. Yeah, we could do code integration, of course. So one tool I'm doing right now is there are 390 minutes in the stock market, okay? Which minute is the most profitable? That should be a one-click question. Now, I hope you ask better questions than that, right? But it doesn't matter. Let's say you wanted to know the answer to that question. A lot of my job isn't to help you make money, really. I cannot make money for you. It's to help you make money by giving you software. That's my day job these days, in case you guys didn't know. And I can give you the news. We have double the news Bloomberg has. Per ticker, we did an analysis of how much news we have. I have to get my boy Zach to tell me how much. Yeah, what's the return by minute of the 390 minutes of the stock market? US stock market is open for 390 minutes. Which one is the most profitable? Yeah, it should be one-click button. You should be able to ask, what day is the best day to be long? Again, is there predictiveness? I don't know. No, quantum computers are not useful for this. You should be able to ask the question, when the moving average 20 EMA crosses 50 EMA, what's the return? You could increase or decrease any n. I mean, you could compare n longitudinally. There's lots of, things to do. It's hard to say, Kenan. I mean, nobody's really sure. Some funds feel one way, other funds feel a different way. But anyway, I'm going to be giving you a lot of these tools in the near future. Yeah, I think it's important, Epic. I mean, I think if you, like one example would be for boundaries. So if you think, let's say you're looking at an option, okay? Here's a good example. Okay, let's say you're looking at an option and these are days instead of, pretend these are days instead of minutes. These are minutes, by the way. But pretend these are days instead of minutes. And you're looking at an option and you're here right now. And you say, man, I don't know if my option's going to make it, if I'm going to be in the money. My in the money price, let's say you have a call option. And you say, my in the money price. And remember, we don't have, in this example, we know the future of what happened in NVIDIA. But for the example's sake, we actually have no clue what happened, right? This is why this would be useful, is that we don't know what was going to happen. The orange line doesn't exist. And you say, I'm long these calls, and I don't think I'm going to make it by expiry. You know, will this be a success by expiry? And you load up all the similar patterns, and you see, let's say your call options are struck here. You say, well, the best of the last 5 or 50 or 500 observations didn't quite reach that. So my likelihood of making this is pretty low, statistically. And maybe that's useful information. Maybe it's worthless, but at least you can ask the question. And that's the point. My job isn't to answer the question for you. That's your job. My job is to give you the software to help you answer the question. But yeah, I think you can look at correlations, easy to calculate. This is more of a slightly different technique. But anyway, that's something I'm working on amongst many other things. Hey, it's Humphrey. What's up, dog? Yeah, incredible success for Hood. You know, tokenizing assets sounds really exciting. We wanted to do that too. Executing on all fronts. You do have to wonder if the stock's a little ahead of itself. It's gone absolutely ham. Did you ever short any Immune, or did you only short a D-Wave? Ah, yeah, we shorted Immune and it went down like a bunch. 1 second. Yeah, we're still short D-Wave. I think it's our second biggest position, maybe third. Yeah, INMB went down a little bit. Could be activists. I doubt they're doing a buyback. I think you just sell it now. Don't be sad. Don't be scared. Just punt it. That's it. It did its job for you, right? It made you a bunch of money. Don't be scared. And if you're really nervous about it, just sell half. But the less you think about it, the better. You shouldn't be sitting there, you know, hemming and hawing and I don't know. It's just your job is to find the next Robinhood. It's not going to be the world's biggest financial corporation, right? It's going to be bigger than JP Morgan. You got what you wanted. You made a great stock pick. Now you got to find another one. That doesn't mean you can't own 25% of your position or 50%. Yeah, there you go. 2 days. You have to wait 2 days. Taco Man, I don't know why you keep saying 35K long. Is that $35,000 or 35,000 shares? Either way, we don't care how much money you have in your trade. I know a bunch of people who manage billions of dollars who watch the stream, so it could be the next Robinhood is Robinhood, but it's unlikely because it's already gone up how many X? It's not going to do that again. I mean, I know people who have a lot of shares to serve us, so it's been such a dog. I'm almost 1900 on Leechess. I'm happy. There's an international master who watches the stream, and I think a GM as well. 2 other GMs. Yeah, I mean, it's my biggest long, so take for that what you will. You know, a lot of the best stocks are private, so it's really hard to find the good publicly traded ones. Yeah, I added 20K to shore up the margin because Schwab's margin system's terrible. I had my first panic attack when I was like 14. I went to the hospital. They were like, nothing's wrong with you, pal. I think they must have told my dad that I had panic attack. And he was like, I just don't know, you know, coming from the old country, I don't think he knew what to do or how to react to that. Men, we're not supposed to panic. No, there's panic disorders, literally. I mean, that's the point, is that you don't get, there's no specific trigger. How do I cope? I mean, I take a medicine that helps a lot. It's one of the reasons I'm a big pharma guy, big believer in pharmaceuticals. You know, medicine helped save my life in a way. Oh, look at that. Queen h1. I thought about queen h1. Bishop knight d4 is even stronger, which I played the next move. Not good enough. Okay, here knight f3. Okay, so after e takes f3, that's very punishing. This is mate in 13 either way. All these lead to mate. I mean, it's just impossible position to lose. Rook f3 to attack the pinned piece. I did that. Okay, I'm doing the mate in 14. Rook d8. Ah, I really knew I shouldn't have put the rook there. Still mate in 23. The rook's gotta help, but I found h5. Now it's rook f6. I'm still mate in 8. Rook c8. The rook has to come to play. That's the issue. Ah, that was a big losing move. Apparently I still got the win here. Oh, this is where it all ended. I could still win here with queen d2. I played it. Queen h6 here. King can only go to g3, after which rook f1. It's a little abstract. Okay, this is a draw. Yeah, I think I'm done with chess today. That was pretty brutal performance. At least I only lost 1 rating point. I want to get to 1900. I have to find some of my blind spots and do better. Do better. Samuel, are you talking about me? You're not talking about me. I know you can't be talking about me. I'll go back to prove a point, bro. You think jail was bad? Beefing with me is bad. Man, I was in 𝗤𝗔𝗏𝗧 phase 1. I remember. I'm on the Discord if you got some beef. I want to get started. No, I'm not you think I'm the most unhinged finance bro? You never worked at a hedge fund. I'm the most chill finance bro. Don't make you look like you just took an overdose of 𝗦𝗏𝗘𝗦. You understand just how crazy the hedge fund community is? These people are nuts. You want the most insane workplace of all time? Go work at a hedge fund. Just a bunch of crazy people walking around, yelling at each other. It's a madhouse. I love it. A really acute liver failure, where there's a hole in your liver. You got hepatic encephalopathy, dog. Basically, hedge funds is if you took this video and like made it even crazier.
1 interception, they returned for a touchdown. 3 others were in our end of the field where they scored a point. That's all I know. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable.
That times 1,000. What do they yell about? About money. Man, read Liar's Poker, for crying out loud. I hate that book, but yeah. So that's Jim Mora. That's the head. That's the boss, right? And then you got the hotshot analyst, the hotshot PM. That's Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson down 30%. He doesn't care. Man, down 30%? Who cares? I'm supposed to be a franchise PM. I'm down 30%. Talking about due diligence? Due diligence. I'm supposed to be the franchise trader. You're talking about due diligence. That's Allen Iverson. Every hedge fund has one. Young, slick guy who thinks he's the greatest guy in the world, and he's just an idiot. That was me. I'm a franchise PM, man. I carry this fund. Due diligence. Talking about due diligence. Like, I need to do due diligence, man. Man, increase my pad limit. You're actually over your risk limit. Man, I want to trade. I want to go to Citadel. Citadel already fired you. Man, I want to trade. I want to go to Millennium. They already rejected you. Man, talking about DD, man.
I'm supposed to be a franchise.
We should make the hedge fund version with Bill Ackman, Kramer.
Player, and we in here talking about practice. We sitting here.
Ratnam.
I'm supposed to be a franchise player.
I want to make my analysts better with due diligence, not paper trading. This is the other analyst. This guy's the other PM. He's been there a million zillion years, but he still gets it wrong all the time. And he's got just as much capital as the 26-year-old kid. He has less capital. He's running 50 million. And all the other guys are running 600, a bill, 1.5, but he's just boys with the big boss. So he's running his 50 million, and he keeps, the guidance was what we thought it was. This guy is the addict of the firm. He's running 500. He's always up 30%, but you're just looking at him like, this guy's out of control. If you think hedge funds are intense, sports are intense, hedge funds 10 times this.
If a coach play.